Good morning. I wanted to share with you something that I'm learning about from one of my thanatology courses, thanatology being the study of death. And it has to do with the death rattle. So the death rattle it's a change in the sound of someone's breathing when they're actively dying. And what causes this change is there's a buildup of saliva at the back of the throat, and as the breath passes over it, it makes a rattly, gurgly sound. It's very distressing to listen to because it sounds like your loved one is drowning. And so what I've learned is that you can actually take that change in sound as a comfort, because the reflex to swallow is both conscious and unconscious. So like you and I, we can think, I want to swallow, and we swallow. But we are actually unconsciously or subconsciously swallowing all day long. Like if you purposely don't swallow for 10 minutes, your mouth is so full of saliva and your throat will actually start to feel sore from being dry from the lack of saliva going down it. So when a person is actively dying and they're at the point where the brain doesn't have the capacity to power that reflex anymore, it also no longer has the capacity to register suffering. So while you and I might hear it and go, oh my goodness, they're suffering from drowning, that person, even if they were, which they're not, even if they were drowning, they wouldn't be able to comprehend it. They're no longer capable of being aware enough to get to recognize that. So I just wanted to let you know that, so that if you are by a loved one and you hear this sound, even though it's really hard to listen to, you can take comfort from knowing that your loved one is no longer suffering. And if you are recently bereaved, or if you know that you likely soon will be losing someone close to you, I just want to let you know that you're not alone, and it can be really hard to find space sometimes for our grief, especially if it's not what society would call a legitimate grief for whatever reason. I want to extend a safe space for you to grieve. And if you don't have anyone to talk to, please feel free to private message me so that we can have a very quiet but understanding conversation about your pain, your struggle. Like it's a big deal to lose somebody, or to know that you yourself might be having to go through the process sooner than you wanted to. And so even though this was a morbid conversation and it can be heavy, I hope in whatever way possible that you're having a good day, and I hope you're